Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We have a divisional matchup in the AFC West between two quarterbacks, one who likes to throw the ball deep down the field, the other, the steady signal caller. It's Derek Carr going up against Alex Smith. The fans are bundled up. It's a cold one at Arrowhead Stadium as we send you out to Kansas City to hook up with our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, thank you very much. The snow and the cold, it has not deterred the KC faithful. The parking lot was full early. The barbecue smoker's going, and we are about set for football here on EA Sports. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. And hello again, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden here in the booth. And, Chuck, you take a look at this matchup. I don't know if it's going to be one in the trenches from the quarterbacks out, whatever. It's going to be a good game.
Oh, without a doubt. I can't wait to see the big fellas have an impact. We're always spotlighting those wide receivers and quarterbacks and running backs and even the defensive backs. But the big guys, I can't wait to see which one tilts the balance for their team.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And Alex Smith leading Kansas City onto the field, coming off an exciting win over the Falcons, 29-28, and Alex Smith for a 25, 270, and a touchdown.
It almost felt like Alex Smith was announcing to the rest of the NFL and all of his critics out there, oh, yeah, I can push the ball downfield when I want to. And when I do it very well. He had a big game against Atlanta. Didn't hurt that Desmond Trufant, Atlanta's corner, wasn't playing in the game. He's on IR.
They'll come out in the pistol. On the ground, it's the first carry here for Jamal Charles. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And certainly a key cog in this offensive wheel is Jeremy Maclin.
You've just got to find ways to get him the ball, whether you put him in the slot or put him out on the perimeter.
Second down, Jamal Charles. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
Bruce Irvin is an emotional, passionate player who lives to rush the quarterback.
An early test for this defense. Here's Smith. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The first time All-Pro in 2015. Khalil Mack in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down.
Probably a little bit of a surprise call there on 3rd and inches that they decided to throw the football. And how difficult is that for an offensive line when they look up and see all those extra bodies coming at them?
Tons of bodies coming in. They get a huge sack there. On fourth down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Travis Carey back deep for the Raiders. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Carey on the return.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trucks throwing.
Oh, man, right throwing.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now, Murray, he had 2 touchdown runs last week. Week 13 actually became the first Raiders running back to hit double-digit touchdowns in a single season since Marcus Allen did it.
That's impressive because when you have your name next to Marcus Allen's, you've accomplished something. You've accomplished something in a big way. And what he has done, Murray, is taken away all concerns about whether or not the Oakland Raiders have a running game to complement Derek Carr. Now they have the 1-2 punch, and they're using it to good effect.
They go back to Murray on first down. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
If you draft a guy in the 6th round and he gives you a 1,000-yard season at some point, would you say he's good value?
That's good return on investment. He was the first Raiders guy to rush for 1,000 yards in 2015 since McFadden back in 2010.
Latavius Murray, remember the name.
Fresh set of downs here. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. After getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Now they'll throw with Carr. It's caught by Clive Walford. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. You know, this Chiefs defense, they have been what we like to call opportunistic. Plus 14 turnover margin, and a big reason why. Yes, the offense has been good, but the defense has been good at getting the football.
And that plus 14, first in the NFL, and they're 9th in scoring defense. And it's funny, I was in Cincinnati last week, and their defensive coordinator said, I don't care about stats except for how many points are we giving up. That's all that matters, and the Chiefs are really capitalizing on that, as well as what a fake punt by Albert Wilson all the way for a touchdown, who played his ball at Georgia State, who played in the Georgia Dome. A nice return home for him.
And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down.
On the ground, this is Hulu. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
They run again here with Hulu. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. A couple of Chiefs there to bring him down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. It finds Crabtree for the completion. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And a neutral zone infraction on the defense.
The defense thought they had the timing count on the quarterback's cadence, but they jumped too soon.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. We ready? Red 18.
2nd down, goal to go from the 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. He's got time in the pocket. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end that time, Michael Rivera. And it's now 4th and 3. Good job by the O-line. Quarterback had time to go through his checks. That's one you need to take advantage of.
A perfect situation, and they're unable to take advantage of it. When you have that much time to scan the field, you have to find an open receiver.
And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Now after the made field goal, here's Sebastian Janikowski to kick it away. On the return, it's Niall Davis. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Come the Chiefs now. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Play fake for Charles. Now Smith. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Throwing on third down, Smith. To the right side, it's Kelsey. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And Travis Kelce's been looking good. Back-to-back 100-yard games. Had 140 on 8 catches last week.
You know, we talk about people rounding into form. I think it's much more the public finally becoming aware of just what a weapon this guy is, what a talent he is. You can detach him from the line of scrimmage. He gets downfield into the secondary. He can make the short catch turn into a big gain. He can also run past people and catch the deep ball down the middle as well. I think he's a heck of a player. And his Sunday, a little bit better than his brother Jason's, who was in Philadelphia struggling against Cincinnati.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now folks say hello to Derek Carr and the 10-2 Oakland Raiders. And Derek leading them to another come-from-behind win. 2 touchdown passes in the second half as the Raiders scored the game's final 29 points.
And throughout the history of the NFL, quarterbacks that win games obviously are going to garner respect. Duh. But quarterbacks that lead comebacks, that makes you feared around the league. That means no one's comfortable, no matter what kind of lead they have, and they're always worried about what you're going to do. And Derek Carr is fast acquiring that type of a reputation.
Here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
They go play action here on 1st down. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2.
Here we go. Wide and
Now here's Halou. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Carr now to throw. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 3-0 is our score, and we're back to Arrowhead after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. On 4th down, here's the Raider punter Marquette King to kick it away. Back deep for Kansas City, DeAnthony Thomas. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
start the drive with Jamal Charles. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Malcolm Smith there for the stop.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Finding time. To the right side, and he's got Macklin. Complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Charles, the lone setback. On 1st and 10, Smith. And he's got his man on the out route. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. The tight end, Kelsey, has it over the middle. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
And there's a completion to Travis Kelsey. I think he's starting to come into his own as a tight end and as a player. And that makes his quarterback, Alex Smith, really happy.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll run the option left. They find some open field here. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. He's got time. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Rod Streeter, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. They send Thomas out to the right by himself. 2nd and 10. Smith again. Surveying the field. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He's got time in the pocket. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 29 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable.
And as a fallback, throw it to them when all else fails? Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Here's Tywan Jones on the return. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Offense now, they trot back out, and a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. On offense, the guy that you want to have the best eyes on the field are your quarterbacks. So you can see everything pre-snap, and then, of course, as the play develops. On defense, oftentimes it's the linebacker. And on this play, his eyes took him right to the ball, and he made a nice tackle.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Finding time. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. Offense working with a 3rd and 13 still left. The lone receiver right is Cooper.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 8.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He's got time. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On second down, here's Smith. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. On first down, it's Smith. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. After that incompletion, I got to ask you, did you watch the Madden Classic this last weekend?
How could you miss it? You had to watch that one. How about Spot Me Please, a.k.a. Taylor Robertson from West Virginia over D. Jones 17-3 in the final? That was a terrific, terrific matchup. But for me, watching it, I felt the intensity. It felt like the NFL playoffs, and the finals felt like the NFL Super Bowl. The broadcast quality was tremendous.
That was a big deal. How about Spot Me Please after sounding like a coach? Said, very thankful. There was a lot of good competition. I was fortunate to come out on top.
Yeah, when you get the big check, you have a chance to be real humble about it.
He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete. Jeremy Maclin, the intended receiver. Now 4th down.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Murray, the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. Oh, he shifts past him. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
It's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll run the option left. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning. So maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. A reminder coming up at halftime while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box. We'll be sending you to Orlando where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half.
Send me to Orlando, please.
Don't be so soft. Now they'll throw with Carr. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Here's Marquette King now, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Thomas. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, get people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
If you run an out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Smith on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. Well, Charles, a lot of discussion this year from us about MVP candidates, understandably so. What about guys who maybe would be in that MVP discussion if their team was performing better?
David Johnson, the running back for Arizona, tracking for over 2,400 yards all-purpose. How about Drew Brees, tracking for another season of over 5,000 yards passing? And Luke Kuechly from Carolina. He's always in this discussion, but with his injury, that takes him out of it. But how about after he got hurt against New Orleans, the respect from everyone else in the league, the concern about his injury, that tells you about what they think of him. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
A dime look defensively for the Raiders on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. Smith throwing again. And it's complete to Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. And now a 1st down following that long gain.
4 down. Check. Hey, move 45. Move 45. Let's go.
1st and 10. Smith. A dump off for Charles. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. To the air again, Smith. And Thomas has it. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout. And now we're set to get going. So they're operating in the red zone.
Time right. 4 down. Check. 4 down. Ready.
On 1st down, Smith. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Albert Wilson in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Santos now to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Chiefs want to continue to give their fans something to cheer about in the second half. The Raiders haven't played horribly, but will need to improve if they want to win this one. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 3rd down, inches to go. Max is going to get the quarterback here. This will go for a loss of 8. Third down at the 29. Smith finds his mark in coverage, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. The Chiefs go up by 4. 3rd down at the 24. With plenty of pressure this half and another sack. This will go for a loss of 8. Now to late in the first half, the former Ute, Alex Smith, finding his mark in coverage. And that goes as a 15-yard touchdown. Chiefs go up by 11. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now Jones. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Chiefs defense, they get set and ready to do battle again. They look good in the first half. They'll be looking to carry that momentum over into half number 2.
Finish a game the way you started it. That's typically the message at halftime when things are going well. You've done everything you're expected to do. How about a little bit more of that in the second half? But be aware they may throw something different at you to begin things.
Yeah, 50% of the equation still left to go. Second half starts with a run by Murray. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
We ready? Red 18. Red 18.
Again, it's Murray. And some room to work. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. From midfield, here's Carr. Connects it to Roberts, right side. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12.
Hey. We got three. All right, here we go. Red 18. Red.
Shotgun now for Carr. Brought in by Walford, right side. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
2 yards to go here on 3rd down.
All right, here we go. Wide.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Here's Marquette King now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Raiders defense getting ready. See if they can regroup a little bit. They gave up the touchdown last drive.
And you know from our meetings with coaches all across the league, one of their pet peeves, when teams get down, a lot of these guys now, they want to treat it like it's a video game or something. Hit reset. Let's start over, coach. Out of the first 2 series, they don't even matter now. Let's play again. That's not how it works. You're down. You gave up a touchdown. You can't do it again. You have to dig in, grit it out, and fight it out. Reset buttons. It's driving everybody crazy. There are no reset buttons when you're playing in this game.
Preach, Chucky, preach. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. 7 yards on the play, and it's a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
To throw on second down is Smith. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Smith going to turn and give to Charles. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll run the option left. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
9 yards to go. It's third down. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Throwing on third down, Smith. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now carry. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Raiders will take possession. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
That was second down run for Murray. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And that play was vintage Derek Johnson. Made a play in the backfield. In college, he did as an outside linebacker. Used speed to get to the backfield. Now, a bulked-up inside linebacker with multiple Pro Bowls on his resume.
And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on third down.
Pass situation.
Throwing his car on third down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
First down, Murray. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And he'll get 17 yards there. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the college of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Now Carr throwing on second down, and that is incomplete here. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and it's third down. So they're behind the chains as the offense. 12 yards needed on third down.
All right, here we go.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Surveying the field. Dumps off to Halou. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to make it fourth down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Janikowski bangs it through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
Now after the made field goal, here's Sebastian Janikowski to kick it away. Returnable here for Davis. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. First down, it's Smith. It's complete to Chris Conley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 on the gain there. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
They come out here in the eye. A first down carry here for Charles. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Here's the option going right. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They go play action here on first down. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 30 yards.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They come up in an offset eye. From the red zone now, Smith. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. 5 receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. Back to the air, Smith on 2nd down. His pass caught at the 4. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Albert Wilson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now the point after try for Santos. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. That time, a 6-play drive. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, he bowls over it. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Raiders a first down. Throwing on 1st down, it's Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they were able to get to him on it.
Now Carr going to give it to Murray on the draw play. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Roy Halou was the intended target. And now it's 4th down.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Smith will hand it off here to Charles. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Chiefs a first down.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited. Because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. but for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
Setting up the receiver screen here to Thomas. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Here's Smith now on second down. He's got the hook up with Conley. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
A shotgun snap for Smith. This will be caught at about the 6. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Smith. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. They have the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Santos now to add the PAT. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
We ready? Ready!
Carr now on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Watch right. We got right. Here we go. Here we go. Red 18.
On second down, here's Carr. And Roberts with it over the middle. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that of just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Here we go. Red 18.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Caught left side to Crabtree.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas. Single. That's single slot. Keep 15. Here we go, baby. Alert.
Carr to throw again. Crabtree with it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
One thing I can say pretty...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The NFL sack leader from 2014, Justin Houston, able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13.
All right, here we go. Wide 88.
Now Carr. Throw left side to the tight end Walford. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. And trotting back out onto the field, Travis Kelce. And we see here the productivity certainly has decreased from the start of the game, but sometimes people forget these tight ends, they can do more than just catch the football.
That is so true because now when things start to happen and you're not getting the ball as much, maybe you change your focus on the game. Maybe you become a very good decoy. Maybe you block a little bit more. But sometimes you have such a great first half, you expect it to continue to roll, and it doesn't just happen that easily in the second.
Now they have been able to shut him down, at least as of late.
4 down, 4 down. Ready!
10th carry now for Jamal Charles. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Set, move, 45.
They'll keep it on the ground with Charles again. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. Smith turns and gives to West. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make a dramatic play just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it just changes the course of things. But a big shout out to our crew to make sure that we were comfortable up here, as comfortable as one could be. In these elements, they took care of us and made sure we were dressed properly.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.